month or another month, one step closer to the fake bald head. What are we at? 695? I think we're at 696. I remember saying it. Unk movie reviews. A little critical. Yeah, I'll rewatch it. I got a couple movies on my list of rewatches. Good morning. It's the middle of the road for me. Yeah, that's fine. Let's be honest. What, Steak? What are we going to be honest about? What are we going to be honest about? Oh, no. What are you about to say? What are you about to say? What are you about to do? You know, I wish that the gambling was when I drank with my right hand, but I think they did this intentionally so that you can still do things with your right hand, like move a mouse and hold it with your left hand. We ain't getting there without... what are you talking about? Oh. We had drama on the block, guys. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Hold on. I know you guys are in here. Hold on. I got drama on the block. The block is hot. Hold on. I gotta see what's going on. Hold on. Can you guys hear that or no? Can you guys hear that? Bring cam over if it's good. No. Oh, angry neighbors. No, I don't know who it is. I think it's like some workers or something, or it's just some random fucking person. Bathroom break, I'm guessing. No. Can you hear it? No, I'll stop distracting. We'll lock in. The block is hot. Yeah. People don't know about that Cash Money Millionaire's life, right? When I grew up, I don't know that I would say I was a wigger. I know that's probably what people would say is like, oh, white boy trying to fucking, act like he's listening to hip hop and rap, whatever. I just straight up loved Cash Money Millionaires and Big Timers. Dude, the block is hot. Nolia Clap. If you fucking know Nolia Clap, we can hang.
2, 3.
Boss it. If you know Nolia Clap, we are hanging out. Seriously, this is the litmus test. Where that yo wet? Where that yo wet? Where that summer's at? Where the at? Y'all hear that Nolia Clap? Hear that Nolia Clap? Like, in my opinion, you know, and I always bitch about going to weddings because it's the same fucking song and dance every single time, same playlist, same DJs. If I go to a wedding and you play Nolia Clap, I'm anything you want from me for the rest of your life, I'm in. You want me to watch your fucking rotten kids? I'll do it. You want me to mow your yard? You want me to check your mail? You want me to take your fucking trash out? That, to me, that's the kind of music we need to bring back a little bit more of. You know what I mean? We're hitting everything today. What the fuck am I watching? I really don't know, actually. I don't know what's gotten into me. DJen, we would say you're hip. Ooh, I kind of like that. J Perk Wisco. He'll stay at least. I will stay at your wedding past 9 o'clock. Absolutely. If you play that shit. Fuck Greg. Oh, you know what? Oh shit. I don't have my chain on. Anyways. All right. We'll get into it a little bit. We got Jovan coming on to talk NHL. He said it's a glorious slate and offered to come on, which is awesome. I love talking puck, and I got to get back in. So quick recap of last night. Anybody that came into the cooking stream. Thank you, Graylish. By the way, Graylish Cavs. Take a bow, good sir. You were very helpful. You were very useful. A lot of people come in here and they just chirp. You know what I mean? I'm not going to name names, Hovey. But you were great. Thank you very much for your help. Pretty simple dish. We turned it about 20 minutes of cooking time into 59 minutes. But I think for the most part, we enjoyed ourselves. No, Prime's good. You got to let that play a little bit longer. Yeah. Remember DJ was bitching about it being cold out yesterday, but some of us blue collar guys have been working, in this cold since 5 a.m. Yeah, I do respect the blue collar guys. I always acknowledge, that I am, I'm a bitch. I am, you know, I try to do like certain things to like maybe like try to test myself. Like, can I be a little tough? Can I be a little blue collar? As much as I'd like to think so, I'm not. Again, I'm not like the gigantic. I hate saying this word because I know it makes people uncomfortable, but I'm not a gigantic pussy. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I just can't act like I'm a super tough guy. Thank you for your service, Ovi. Yeah, seriously. Shout out the blue collars. I'm with you. What's up? Hey, I'm Matt. Welcome. Bring Prime back on. Yeah, please stop. Prime's not coming back on. Didn't listen yesterday. Were y'all leaning SMU? You're just gonna have to go find out, bro. The guy watching the stream on a telephone pole is dedication. Yeah, I think that's what? Where is that guy? By the way, fuck, was it Logan? God. Haven't heard from him in a while, I don't think. Can do anything. Hold on. I'm Matt. Well, there's another one. Anyways, quick recap yesterday. Baylor UConn. Little CBB. I got my CBB fix. Baylor UConn. Awesome game. Awesome game. RIP to anybody who did not cash Baylor. That was a tough beat. Great game. Baylor came out. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Baylor came out, punched him in the mouth. Auburn came out, punched Duke in the mouth. Didn't matter. 1T is diabolical. That is diabolical. I did. Yeah, I watched about 3/4. Okay, you guys can do the math on that. 3/4 of that game. He lost all his units still in MLB plays and never saw him again. Who? Duke game was so nice. Yeah, who names their kid Matt? NC State was a brutal beat. It was a brutal beat. I didn't watch any of that game. I didn't watch any of Iowa State. But I have to say that I thought Baylor UConn was an awesome game. I got to give UConn credit. They were pretty resilient. They grinded it out. I would say they won fair and square. I just feel very bad for anybody who had Baylor, and that almost was me. I like Baylor. So I went with my my logic of I'm going to take teams who I think are tough and dogs against teams who I think are soft. 0-2. I only played Auburn. But it was always Duke. I guess. I mean, what was the other game? Oh, Creighton, Kansas. I thought Creighton looked pretty good. I watched some of that game. Iowa State, I took the first half under. That was a terrible bet. Shockingly, I thought if I was going to lose that bet, it'd be Marquette scoring. No, Iowa State's offense was pretty good. They put up fucking, I don't even know, 47 points in the first half or something ridiculous. Twitch chat giving you participation trophies for watching games now past 9 p.m. Alan, you can't have it both ways. You can't bitch at me about not watching sports and then saying, oh, everybody's giving you participation trophies. Stop that. Had Baylor first half. Good morning, everybody. W. Barty Bart. Yep. I love Alan Dibbs. I kind of do too, honestly. Make Matt great again. Yeah, that's funny. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, Auburn. I got to tell you. Do you guys remember what I said yesterday about, Jovan and Steak telling me I might be an Auburn guy? And I almost was an Auburn guy. I don't know about Bruce Pearl. You know what I don't like about college head coaches? Let me see. I know you guys are laughing it up about Alan Dims. Let me see if you guys agree with me or not. You know what I don't like about college coaching? College basketball for the most part. Like maybe there's examples of this in every sport. But I think in college basketball, sometimes I hate listening to what the coaches say because I feel like what they say is so blatantly obvious. And it's like, really? As a coach, like that's your motivation? You just state the obvious? When they were in the locker room for Auburn and the camera was on Bruce Pearl before the game, did anybody watch this? He was like, hey, man, bring it in. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. Key to the game. Trust your coaches and trust your teammates. Trust yourself. No, he didn't say trust yourself. He said, trust your coaches and trust your teammates. And I'm just like thinking to myself, what? That's the best you can do? That's the best you can do. You're about to go into fucking battle. You're about to go into battle in one of the most hostile environments, Cameron Indoor. And Bruce Pearl says, hey, men, trust your coaches, trust your teammates. I don't know. That doesn't do it for me. And then, in like the timeouts, it's always just like, everybody's just like, play defense, crash the boards, stay on your man. It's like, I don't want to hear what college back. And then you look at the bench, they have 17 fucking assistant coaches. Is all that really necessary? Doesn't know how to get the people going. No, DJ, 2 things. Don't buy into Bruce Pearl futures and buy stock in Iowa State. I'm with you on the first one. Alan Dim's board review. No. I don't want to know who Alan Dims is. I always wanted to be this mysterious character. Took Florida -17. Gators look good. Yep. Tristan Toledo. Were you the person in my DMs who was telling me to buy Florida stock in the beginning of the year? Because if you did, thanks. Although I didn't listen. The people voting no on Alan Dims are domestic terrorists. Call me Baby Bash. I am fully invested in the Cyclones. Dude, I just played a Baby Bash song the other day. I'm going to get in trouble today by YouTube and shit. And it's going to say, oh, you can't monetize or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Speaking of Baby Bash, I think we're going to bring it a little old school back to the days of the streams where we used to play a lot of music. This is a great song, right? You got me lifted. This is another one when this song comes on, you don't change it. You don't change it. Who changes this song when Sugar Sugar comes on? R.I.P. RedTube. Yeah. Not I. No. You don't change this. You don't change this. I would say it's got to be right now the you don't change this song rankings. Return of the Mac. Float On. Sugar Sugar. You know, what would another one be? Holy shit, great song. I'm not an old soul, born in 2000, but great song. Okay, you're not. Wow. So you're 24. That is, I'm glad you appreciate that. Remember when Christina would play when we liked it over? Yeah, I do. I kind of miss those days. Legendary strip club song. Sugar Sugar is a strip club song. This makes me think of like a middle school dance or like a high school dance. Sick Money. What kind of strip clubs are you going to? Chad, who is Judy going to stay on tonight? I can't speak. But everybody read Hovey's comment. He has somebody a question. It was amateur night, dude. Very funny. I got nothing against go to strip clubs, by the way. Steak, remember when we took our friend B Young to a strip club for his 21st birthday? We stayed at a Red Roof Inn across the street. That was scary. And we went there like literally at 12:01 p.m. when they opened, and we were the first ones there. Oh no, there was like a really big fat guy there who was probably been there overnight. What was that song that they played? Yeah, what was that song they played? That was a really good strip club song. Steak, eating steak at the strip club. What was that song? Yeah, Mons Venus. It was a Plies song. Come on, that's a good strip club song. Is that what it was? Awesome by Plies. I can't believe I knew you would remember that. Does anybody know this song? Hold on. This is a good strip club song. I mean, it's the stupidest song in the fucking world. Stupidest song. No, that wasn't me in your DMs, but I am actually a huge Gators fan. I fucking hate the U. All right, fair enough. Well, Steak is too. Shout out the spaceship. Yep, Plies, Florida legend. Yep, everyone knows this song. No, they don't. Nobody knows Plies awesome. I know people know Plies. Plies got some bangers. Yep, don't say shit about Plies. Why? I like Plies. I hate strippers. They're just scammers dressed as sluts. I don't like that take. They're trying, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. See, this is the problem. You just stay away from it. They're hustling. They're trying to earn a living. People know what they're getting themselves into. Scammers. You call strippers scammers. Prime. I hate that take. And I don't want to be over here acting like fucking, stripping is the greatest thing in the world, but I am not anti-stripper because it's a hustle. It's a profession. I don't mind it. Scammers. What are we talking about here? Bands make her dance. This guy gets it too. Yup. Chill. Strippers rake in cash. Yeah, Prime. Come on. No. How many OnlyFans subs you have, Primer? Yep. DJen, was that your pistol with the cylinder and the city bike basket? Dude, you saw that picture? That's got to be fake. Nobody found that. That's got to be fake. Very funny, though. Oh, actually, not that funny. I mean, it's not cool that somebody got fucking shot and killed in the street. Don't be mad because you were dumb enough to pay her tit. Yeah, no shit, dude. Prime got finessed. All right, that's enough bullshitting. It's been 25 minutes. You guys are buzzing, though. I haven't seen one person bitch. Not one person bitch today. We got 92 in chat on Twitch. How we doing on YouTube? YouTube a little late. We got 16 in there. Good morning. Not one person's bitching. You love to see it. Let's get down to business, though. Let's get down to business. No more fucking around, okay? We can't just sit here and fuck around all day. We got to talk about some bets. I'm gonna get back in the underdog fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Get back in the underdog wagon, whatever. You keeping up with the guy who claims to be tracking the shooter's movement? And I did a fucking interview this morning at his house. Doesn't seem smart. No, I didn't keep up with him. Guaranteed winners found 0. Yep. Coastal. Thank you. Need more music. Yeah. Got to hit a dab and lock in. You guys are crazy, bro. I don't know. You couldn't pay me enough money to do a dab. I do not handle myself well on edibles, and I don't handle myself well on mushrooms. Beer and a cigarette. Just give me a beer and a cigarette and some Copenhagen mint. Skull mint, Copenhagen mint pouches if I had to. None of it's good for you, by the way. None of it's good for you. It's all bad. All right. Eat a lot of blueberries. Eat as many blueberries as possible. Throw in an apple every now and then. You know what I mean? What will it take for a DJ and blunt review? I would smoke a blunt. Can you do it on Twitch? I don't even know if you can smoke on Twitch. Dub shit too strong. Yeah, fuck that, dude. Beer, dart, Copenhagen. Now that's blue collar. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I have like some, random blue collar things, but I love blue collar. I love the Rust Belt. 0, no beer, soft as shit. I know. DJ, dude, I wouldn't lie to you. I really wouldn't lie to you. I've tried it a few times. I've never been into it. Never. You know what it is, though? I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of a bitch. Like the act of snorting something. Ugh. No. Just going like straight to my brain. Sounds crazy. Smelling salts, those are fun. I actually, I've played sports almost my whole life, and nobody ever had smelling salts. I think that was more of a hockey thing, and I never played hockey. Never played baseball. People have a hard time believing me from Florida that I didn't play baseball. One of my friend's dad was like talking to me one time about baseball, and I was like, I never played baseball. And he couldn't even comprehend it. He just looked at me and he said, "Yeah, you did." And I was like, No, Mr. Moraton. No, I did not. Sadly, Prime is a coke guy, no dart. Dive bar with a game on heaven. Yep, we need a gummy steak appearance. Oh, dude. I'd never snort or shoot something up. I'm scared. Me too. Let me ball, please. I'm right there with you. I am a bitch. All my homies love out there. One time we went camping upstate with like 20. No, not 20. I don't know. A big group of friends. Everybody was fucking doing mushrooms, having a great old time by the bonfire. I was just sitting there drinking bourbon, watching the Islanders Lightning Eastern Conference Finals playoff game. No, not Eastern Conference Finals, but it was good. It was that 1-0 game, I think, game 7 or something. And I was just like, no, I'm good. I don't know. It's not a great trait. I wish I could let loose a little bit more. The fact that I'm 15 minutes late watching on YouTube and I just heard Nolia clap made my morning. W's Drew Bender. Wait, are you rewatching? Love that. Primer, let's go to Lodge in Dallas. Anyways, let's get into it, guys. Seriously, let's lock in, as the kids like to say. We got ourselves a fucking football game tonight. I'm really excited. I'm very excited to watch it. I don't even know that I'm going to be betting on a side or a total, because the more and more I think about it, I don't think I have it in me to fade the Lions. Let's talk about it. Lock in, seriously. Where is Jovan? Jovan will be here a little bit later. We'll talk. You know what? I should send him the link, though. I'll tell him we'll talk puck. I'll say give me about 20 minutes. Doing TNF now, so maybe 20, 30, if that's okay. Oops, I don't think I sent that last text. There we go. Time to lock in today. Yep. Had an 18-leg lottery parlay, 15, 600K. First leg got there and went to, ooh, Jesus, dude, 18-leg parlay? You want to know a true story? You guys are probably not going to believe this. That's fine. When I was, God, how old was I? Must have been Primer's age. I used to bet on a site called sportsbetting.com, if anybody remembers this. And it was when I went to community college. I was just literally on this all day, every day. That's all I did. Even at like the library in school. I've always told you the story, betting Ben Wallace to miss his first free throw, minus 155, putting like $5 on it to win $3, whatever. I did I think it was like a 15-leg parlay for $10, but half the games I put money line, and they were like 18-point favorites in college basketball, but it hit. And I told my friends I hit a 10-leg parlay, or a 15-leg parlay, and they were like, holy shit, you must have made a lot of money. It was 10 to win $100. 10 to win $100, but it may not have been 15 legs. It was a lot of legs, but it was 10 to win $100. And it was just a fuck ton of like 18-point favorites to win. And they won, but they won by like 9 points. It was great. That was my best parlay I've ever hit. Not in terms of a payout, but just the most legs I've ever hit. Okay. back to locking in. Chat seems active. Consider clipping this moment. So how do you clip something? Oh, I can clip something? Twitch is suggesting that I clip something. Create a clip. How do I clip? Clipping is hard. I don't know how to do this. I'll get back to that. I'm trying to lock in, and now I can't lock in. Okay. Pulling up the game right now. According to Wager Talk, Detroit opened 6 down to 3.5. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that opener. Clipping is, in fact, not hard. Can you fucking do it? Twitch sent me the same. Can everyone do it? Yeah. Yeah. Snide. Can you fucking Twitch? Can you Twitch? Can you clip? When I clip, you clip, we clip. Let's lock in, though. Seriously. I'm not going to say that again. I'm just going to stay focused because I know I'm kind of the bad egg in this one. 3.5. 3 at Superbook. I don't even know what that is. 3.5 pretty much across the board. 3.5 at Bet Online. Total in this game. Open 51.5. Still 51.5. Let's really stop and think about this game for a second. All right, we had our fun. It's 32 minutes into the stream. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. Here we go. Bender, $25 a day. Shut the fuck up, dude. Could be getting cute. My favorite play is the Packers team total over 23.5. Don't think they win the game without scoring 24 points. And I think the Lions defense's injuries will catch up. You want to know my problem with that, Bender? The last time I took a team total over 23.5, it was the fucking Vikings, and they won 23-13. That number scares me, you know, because it's like 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Ooh, the Packers should be able to do that. Don't you think? Right? I'm not saying it's baity, you know, like 21.5 would be like, what? This seems like free money. This is like scary, too good to be true, you know, free candy type shit. The Packers and the Lions are not great over teams. They're 5-6-1 to the over. Packers last 2 games, 30 points, 38 points. When they played Detroit, it was 24-14, so it did go under. Packers are looking good, man. Packers are looking good. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 8 games. Only loss was to the Lions. Before that, lost to the Vikings. I mean, they're a good team. I respect them. I respect Matt LaFleur. I've told you about this. I was 50-50 on him, but you know, when I watch the Packers, like I see a team that looks like they're playing together. They're having fun playing football. They're playing very hard. They look very cohesive. It's all the things you want to see in a really good football team. That's what I feel like when I watch the Green Bay Packers, and I'm impressed. Christian Watson is a bust, if that's what we're still debating. Christian Watson's a bust, and he's not very good, and I'm not going to be betting him. It's because the Lions defense has been balling, but they've worn down. They're going to give up points today. So here's the question. Let's talk about this for a second. And you know, I just like to fuck around. We talk about what's public, what's not, because I'm always going to factor it in, but it's not going to dictate my wager. I'll take square plays. I'll take public plays. I'll take plays that fucking Trent's on. I don't care. I really am starting to think, seriously, I'm starting to think everybody is taking the Packers tonight. Agree or disagree? Catching on the Lions being hurt. +3 at home, now 3.5 on the road. Packers getting respect in market. Now, personally, didn't buy a ton into them. Lions as a lay piece. Yeah. I think Alan Dims is actually a pretty sharp dude. Yeah. What's up, Chewy? Agreed. Nobody wants the Lions, myself included. Yep. Fade the fan. What do I tell you? Fade the fan. When I want a team is when their fan base doesn't even want them. Disagree? Yeah. Amon-Ra, everything. Every sharp is taking the Lions. Really? Interesting. Lions 46-20 ATS since 2021, by the way. Yep. You sure can, Matt. Annoying motherfucker. It's simple. Just don't take a side. I'm not going to. I'm going to take some props. Everyone we know is taking the Packers. Right. I think if you want packets, you just play the money line. I don't know if I like that. I think it could be close. Jaden Reed / under 00. I don't know what that means, Andrew. Collab, me and Sick Money. I'm on Rob. Josh Jacobs rushing yards added to your underdog lay. I do like Josh Jacobs. I am a Josh Jacobs guy. Josh Jacobs is a Midwest blue collar motherfucker. Who would have thought? Not me. Happy Dontavian Wicks Day, C. Brownlee is saying. That feels so comfortable to get a field goal in the hook. Should be a 3. Yep. Reed Ladder. Interesting. You guys have some interesting players that you're talking about today. Well, let's think about this. I have been on the Jahmyr Gibbs wagon. Hold on. It's freezing in my apartment. Hold on. I'm gonna shit on Steak for a second. So I like Jahmyr Gibbs against the Colts. I took him over rushing yards, and I took him to be the rushing leader that day. He was not. I got a little lucky. I think it ended up with 20-something carries. Hold on, let's go to Jahmyr Gibbs real quick. 20-something carries. Let's see, 21 carries, 90 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Against Chicago, he had 9 carries, 87 yards, a fumble, 2 catches, and 17 yards. I wanted to take Jahmyr Gibbs because I was just going to start leaning into Jahmyr Gibbs, to get going. And Steak told me last week against the Bears, he said, no Jahmyr Gibbs. He's incredibly obvious. Didn't entirely disagree with him, but I want to take the Steak strategy here. I want to take the Steak strategy. And what I mean by that is block out the noise, tunnel vision, and just lean into something, whether they're bad or whether they're good. Like how he's fading the Timberwolves or how he's betting on the Steelers. You know what I mean? I sort of think that Jahmyr Gibbs might be that fucking guy that just gets going. So I want to lean into it. I wanted to lean into it against the Bears. I did not. I ended up going with DeAndre Swift. Thankfully, that hit. But it was a sweat. Jahmyr Gibbs was not a sweat. Let's look at Jahmyr Gibbs. I like Gibbs. I love Gibbs, actually. Remember, you'll never forget, Gibbs was my offensive rookie of the year. Did not hit. But let's see. What do we got? We have a touchdown. Oh, no, that's just a receiving TD. Got you. Touchdown pays 0.85. Wow, he's probably going to hit that. 69.5 rushing yards. Nothing wrong with that. 93.5 receiving. Okay. I like Gibbs today, man. I like Gibbs. Everyone's favorite team in the NFC is the Eagles right now. Lions' disrespect is astounding. A couple injuries while the Packers are coming off what should have been a loss versus the Bears, a terrible Niners team, and Finns in the cold. Doesn't seem smart, boys. I very much like what Pandemic just said. And I want to tell you that coming into this stream, coming up to today, I would say the last 3 days, I like the Packers. But what I don't like, I've never liked this. I've always said I always like a top team in a contrarian spot. I am starting to think the Lions are a bit contrarian. Personal opinion. All right. You can disagree. Plies, the name of the album, by the way, is Goon Affiliated. I love that. Shout out Plies, man. Is any other streamer showing Plies respect? Probably fucking not. I'm just curious. Let's go to Action Network. What's everybody on? According to Action Network right now, you have 7 people on the Packers, 3 on the Lions. Not that crazy. Let's go to the total. Got 2 on the under. Got 1 on the over. Let's go to props. Wow, 23 Packers props on my Action Network. 23. Maybe not contrarian, more fake sharp. Okay, Drew. Check out Beeve on Action, DGen. Oh, God. All right, well, I'll go look at Beeve in a second. Hold on. I want to see what people are on. Sir is on Detroit. Team total over for the Lions. Jared Goff over passing yards. Amon-Ra over receiving. Amon-Ra over receptions. Oh, I kind of like this. Jared Goff under pass attempts. Guess what? No Jahmyr Gibbs. Now listen, my peep system's 1-1. It failed miserably on Nick Chubb, but it was very good on Derrick Henry. We might have a Jahmyr Gibbs peep system candidate. I'm not seeing anybody talk about old Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's see who's on the Packers. Oh God, Shady Beef, what are you doing? Christian Watson? Ugh. I don't like Christian Watson. You know what I do like, though? You know what I do like? Here's what I like. Yeah, Beeve's got just unlimited fucking funds, apparently. Although he's a good gambler. He knows ball. But He's got a doodle, so he can't be an internet tough guy in my book. Here's what I think. I do like Josh Jacobs. You know what I could see, though? I could see a Jordan Love bomb. Can't say bomb on a Twitch stream. No. And what made me think of this is I saw Christian Watson longest reception. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you that I like Christian Watson anything. I like Christian. When I went into the Packers last year, don't forget. People forget. Largest win total or season future for me last year. Seahawks missed the playoffs, and Packers over 7.5 wins. Cash it. I also took Jordan Love over touchdown passes. Don't let Cam his money hear that. This motherfucker who's like living rent free in my fucking asshole right now because he won't shut up about Notre Dame getting a quarterback and fucking Anthony Richardson. Cam his money, you motherfucker. But I also took Christian Watson over receiving yards. Now, he was hurt. Fine. He's always hurt. I'm not going to sit here and criticize professional athletes with injuries, okay? I don't know what it's like to play a professional sport. I'd probably be injured occasionally too, but I don't like the cut of Christian Watson's jib. You know, it's the same my dad used to always say. I like the cut of your jib. I don't like that of Christian Watson. And the Packers have too many weapons. I don't want to go for Christian Watson anything. Please don't like Josh Jacobs. I really need a strong performance for fantasy this week. Ella Bandana, you're talking to a Derrick Henry better when he ran for 140 yards against the Los Angeles Chargers. Will you please show me a little bit more respect? Just kidding. I don't give a fuck. Gift subs so we can make this man Bob. Yeah, we've come to a screeching halt. 305 subs and everybody is gassed. 695 to go. Maybe we'll have to do a subathon. Although I don't really even know what that means, because I think that we're doing a subathon. You got to sub it up. Yeah, people, hey, what have you done for me lately? People only remember that. Also, shout out Jonathan Isaac, by the way. I bet on his points and rebounds over 11.5 against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. He did absolutely nothing, and last night he cashed that in 8 minutes. Always a game early. What do I tell you? Learn from my mistakes. Always a game early. No winners pitch in this stream. How else are we supposed to afford these subs? Yeah, very funny. Josh Jacobs is the play. I do like Josh Jacobs. I'm on Raw or JMO. JMO's been a little sleepy, hasn't he? Hasn't JMO been a little sleepy? Let's see what JMO's been up to. I like Josh Gibbs. I'm sorry. I like Josh Gibbs. I like Josh Jacobs and Gibbs. What if it's just the battle of the running backs? What if it's an under battle of the running backs? Who can wear down who? Someone made your own stream. Not Matt. I'm gonna have to talk. I don't know if I can stream Friday because I'm gonna be out showing. But let me get my calendar in place and then we'll talk. I like that. I do like that. Hey Cam, you missed the Cam is money slander. He's not in here, is he? He's not awake. Oh yeah, he is. It's 8:10 on the soft coast. Jameson Williams also got that terrible penalty on Thanksgiving and got reamed on the sidelines. Yep. It's fucking cold, dude. It's freezing. Oh, nothing. He said you live rent free in his asshole. Did I say that? Did I say asshole? I meant head. Me, Matt, steak style, and Chewy on Friday. That sounds like something that is not happening. If it's that, wouldn't it be DMO, ground and pound? Yeah. No, I'm saying all you do is chirp my bad quarterback takes. You never give me any credit about Jordan Love over touchdown passes last year, which cashed in like week 7. All I hear is negative. This fucking guy. And stop with the Anthony Richardson fucking saving over here. The guy goes 11 for 35 and Cam shows me clips of 4 drop passes. You tell me I do not say that. I don't say Jordan Love sucks. I literally bet on the Packers last year because I thought Jordan Love was going to be good. He was 33-1 to win the MVP. Give me a fucking aneurysm. What's up, DJ? Went over $100 in college basketball last night. Time to throw it all in the pack. Ooh, Jack, what's up? Good morning. I don't like that. Yeah, seriously, dude. Oh, AR at 100 yards passing. Oh, hey, here's an idea. Here's an idea. Maybe don't draft fucking wide receivers named Alec and Josh. Okay? Alec and Josh. Give me a fucking break. What do you expect? Alec and Josh. Yeah. Okay. Good luck with that. Nothing against the names Alec and Josh, but come on. You need some fucking You need a fucking Snoop Menace. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up, Primer. One more bitching and moaning out of you. Timeout. Josh Downs has some dog in him. Stop it. He's not bad. I'm just saying. All they ever hear about Anthony Richardson is, all these drops, all these drops, all these drops. Anyways, I'm putting an underdog lay together. Okay. If you want to sign up for underdog, use promo code DGen. If you're going to any games this weekend or whenever, promo code DGen, $20 off your first purchase. You get a 50% deposit match if you want to play. All right. You're the one that's been bitching for the last 30 minutes. Baker has one more win than AR this year, and he's missed 3 games. LMFAO. Listen, don't even get me started. We haven't had half of our fucking defense, and Chris Godwin is out with an ankle injury. Just stop it. Yeah. No, don't. Pay Cam his money. No attention. No attention. What am I doing with this underdog entry? Can somebody please tell me? I'm going to go with my gut. It's fucking Josh. I got to stop saying that. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. You know what I think I like for Josh? You know what I think I like for Josh Jacobs? There's no way you're asking me when I'll be. I was just literally in Orlando for a week. Now you're asking me when I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back in a couple weeks, though. A couple weeks for Christmas. Oh yeah, don't listen to him. 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 It was quite literally always Jaden Reed. I can't pick a Packers receiver, dude. I don't know how you guys can do it. Actually, you know what I like? Oh, I got $8.95 in the account. That's great. I started with $7.50, so that's good. You know what I like? I think I said this earlier. I do think I like Jordan Love to throw one bomb. You can't say bomb on a Twitch stream. Shout out Meet the Fuckers. I like his longest completion. 39.5, bro. That seems fucking high. Doesn't that seem high? I do. I like that. No, I didn't have that. I didn't have that. Somebody else had that. I can't help it. That's what I like. That's what I fucking like. I mean, I think that's what I'm rolling with, dude. I mean, is it that simple? I wouldn't mind adding one more, but I also don't want to force it. I don't know how you guys can pick a Packers receiver. Tucker Kraft, David Montgomery, Goff, Laporta. I don't mind Laporta. He has hit that in every matchup versus the Lions. Who? Cam. Read yards? No. He has? Okay. I think they're going to. Packers get killed by tight ends. Laporta a good look. Yeah. Laporta tutty. I like the under in this game, though. You know? Reed TD. I know Tristan Toledo is screaming it from the mountaintops. Love pass attempts? No, I like rushing. Ooh, what about Josh Jacobs' rushing attempts? What is he at? 16.5? No, because what if the Packers are playing from behind? Man, this is hard. This is hard. I really think it's as simple as that, guys. I think it's as simple as that for me, para mí. You know? I'm just gonna keep it nice and light. That's what I'm gonna do. I am going to put in a 2-player entry. HR just emailed from meeting on the 10th, something about streaming with the degenerates. We can see about the 11th, believe it's a Wednesday pandemic. Goff underpass attempts. That's kind of fun. They will pound the rock to Jacobs, keep the ball out of Lions' hands with how bang up their front seven is. Yep. Will you please stop asking that? Yes, please fucking share it. I'm doing this. Already invested. Just stay off the game. Not me. I'm not invested. I don't have any I only have Goff MVP because I was scared. By the way, that'll be the last time. Yeah, I don't think you'll find another person tweet about the Lions as early as I did when Ben Johnson announced he was coming back to Detroit. I think in like January. I was like, give me all the Detroit Lions stock. And then the next 6 months, all I heard was Lions slurpage. And I said, nope. The boat's too full. The bandwagon's too full. Didn't matter. The Lions are fucking great. You love to see it. Stupid. What's up, Special K? I think Jovan will be coming on here shortly, and we'll talk some NHL. Looking forward to that. Let me if you take Jordan's longest pass, why not take Reed touchdown? He's Jordan's #1 red zone target because, dude, there's 5 options of people to score a touchdown. Did you know Arnold is hitting the portal? Yeah, bro. Jackson Arnold hitting the portal is the most irrelevant piece of news of all time. Who needs a fucking QB3? The Lions allow the most receptions to slots, and they love to keep everything in front of them. I played read receptions. Okay. Yeah, I think Tristan Toledo gets it. I'm going to do this for. Okay, so I have 895.40 in my account. I'm pressing. I'm pressing here. I'm pressing. Big money, no whammies. 95. I just hit confirm, didn't I? Oh, here we go. Gibbs, higher than rushing yards. Love, longest completion. 95 to win 285. That's it. That's it. I am Gucci. Jackson got dealt an awful hand this year, to be fair. Want to see him get another shot. That's fine. For what it's worth, though, I didn't really like what I saw from Jackson Arnold, even in that bowl game a year ago. Pussy. Yeah, golf under attempts. I do like that. Punching in an Arnold Heisman ticket next year. He'll be good at serious football program. Okay. Okay. All right. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter yet, please do so. Go to the website, thedegenerateweekly.com. By the way, we have sweaters being made. Yes, we have degenerate sweaters, hoodies, and beanies are going to be coming next. Although I don't know if shipping, they're going to be there in time for Christmas. But if you want any degenerate hoodies or sweaters, stay on the lookout. They'll be on the website. There'll be a little new Shopify widget for some merch. Anyways, I'm going to take a piss. I'm going to tell Jovan I'm ready for some puck whenever he is. And we'll talk NHL, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll shut it down. I'm going to go to Owner's Box. I think Steak, are you joining Owner's Box? Need that crew neck. Yep. Hoodie. Yes, please. Yep. W's. Steak, are you going to Owner's Box? I think we're both going on Owner's Box. I just didn't know. I forgot if you confirmed or not. Looking forward to it. Like going chatting with those guys. We'll be right back. I will going to take a piss, and then I'll see you guys in 90 seconds. Where's this fucking... This song is a fucking vibe. This song is a fucking vibe. All right. Oops, I gotta turn the music off for a second. It's just there's too many things on this scroll bar. Okay, let me catch up on the comments real quick. Got one more. Who wants it? Yep. You're so much cooler than I am, Matt. Got you. Steak on owner's box, but not on the BR. Well, to be fair, Steak's been on the board review for the last 2 days. All right, let's switch it up. Cam is money, 2 subs. Put it down to 693. All right, let's talk puck. Jovan, good morning. Thanks for coming on. How are you?
Doing fantastic. How you doing?
Awesome. I am just curious. I'm not going to take up too much of your time talking football because I'm sure you're going to do that on Behind the Lines. But do you have a lean on the Lions Packers tonight?
Lean Packers. I'm going to take Packers team total. I don't want to fully fade the Lions, but I think there's some points after the way that first game went. This is starting to give me like big time Falcons Bucks Thursday night vibes.
Oh no shit! Wow.
Yeah.
Are you going to attack some passing props? I actually just played Jahmyr Gibbs higher than rushing yards because I think I just want to lean into him. I think he's looked good the last 2 weeks, even though he only had 9 carries. You have a player you're also targeting?
I'm just going to go Jordan Love.
Okay. I took his longest reception with Jahmyr Gibbs, higher than rushing yards. Let's get that under 685 before we end. Yep. Current tally. Thank you, Aloha, for keeping it up. Yo, Jovan, W. Graylish Cavs. Okay. Well, I don't want to waste any more time because we've got a nice little hockey slate tonight. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I have not been as tapped in as I'd like with NHL, but I'm looking to get back into it. So last night you hit me up and you said, I think we have a Jack Eichel masterclass on our hands. I was very happy to hear that because I do have his season-long goals, and unfortunately, he didn't get any of those. It's always between the points and the goals for players, and I elected to go Lafreniere points and Eichel goals, and this motherfucker has like 2 to 3 assists every game. Although you mentioned he's been kind of cold lately, but great job last night. You gave me over 3.5 shots. He had 6, and over 1.5 points. He had 2. Great call. And then we've got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 games tonight. So I'm down to, I guess, just start at the top and see what your thoughts are on all of them. W. Eichel Demon Square Jovan says, "Hey, I'm Matt." All right, Colorado and Carolina. Looks like Carolina's about a minus 150-ish home favorite. I believe that's right. So I heard you talking on Behind the Lines, actually. So this was December 3rd. Was that the day I flew home? Yeah, it was. So it was Tuesday. It was the day I was flying home. And I remember you saying something about this total. And I think it was 6. So I don't think it lost. It may have pushed. I don't know if you ended up taking it. But I didn't even realize that the Kraken, who I am invested in this season, and I like their offense, but I have played their team totals from time to time, picked my spots, have done fairly well with the Kraken overall. But I've laid off them and I saw, oh, wow. They just played the Panthers back-to-back games, which is not easy. I think that's a terrible matchup for a team like the Kraken. And they got shut out 6-0. And I heard you talking about the over. I actually I didn't even post this on Twitter, so I can't brag about it too much, but I parlayed the Kraken money line with the Knicks alt spread, which hit and paid 10-1. Small wager on the Hard Rock book. Paid 10-1, 25 to win 2 something. No big deal. But I'm giving you your kudos because the only reason I even thought to take the Kraken was because you brought up their recent performances and whatnot. So thank you for that. They won that game. They are now, let's see, the Hurricanes have not played since, so they had the day off, and they got the Avalanche coming into town, maybe a bit of a look-ahead spot, sort of, only half joking. The Avalanche have played 4, 5, 6 of their last 8 games on the road, and they're going to be on the road for a while. So very curious. This should be a really good game. I don't really know how the Avalanche have been doing. Let's see.
Well, they were, I guess we can talk about this for some other games too, but like I've been very religiously. It just so happens that a lot of these teams have fall around the same time, or these spots have fallen around the same time. Like with Eichel, a lot of these top teams have been playing a lot of other top teams for the past week or so, and then they finally get a game against like a shitter team. Like the Avs played the Sabres, and God forbid, I mean, they're down 4-0, came back, miracle comeback, and won 5-4. So I think that was their game. So I've been kind of taking a lot of players, a lot of props, a lot of goals related stuff in those games, and now it's probably a spot after that where I think the Avs might be kind of dead, especially with the Canes just kind of sitting after that Kraken loss, which I don't know. The Kraken loss, I don't think wasn't a mistake or like a fluke, because the Kraken, they like shifted their lines a shit ton after losing back-to-back games to the Sharks, because that's really missing. And then they just kind of came out and said fuck it and broke down a team that has given them trouble lately. So I don't put too much on the Canes. I think this is their bounce back.
I kind of like where your head's at. Let's see, I'm looking at goaltenders here. We got Piotr. I don't really know how to pronounce his first name. Kochkov against Georgiev. You know, I am a big Georgiev hater. Let's see. How has he been doing this year? Well, not great in his last couple performances. He had a nice game against the Knights, but then he allowed 5 against Dallas and he allowed 4 against Edmonton. So he hasn't got a couple nights off. Wow, they got Scott Wedgwood in. The Avs do. Yikes.
Well, he got pulled, didn't he?
Who did?
In that
Oh, is that what happened? Did
Sabres game?
Did Georgiev start the game? He fucking did. 8 shots, 8 goals allowed. Woo!
It's the only reason I'm not going to actually play the Canes is because of that.
Okay, so what are you playing?
I don't know. I was hoping you would have something a little stronger in that game.
Oh God! I mean, I just feel like not attacking. I get it. It's really obvious because Georgiev stinks, but like not attacking him is also overthinking it. Don't you kind of agree? I can agree with that. In a bounce back spot, and what you just said about the Avalanche, I think makes perfect sense. I mean, we've got the Hurricanes coming off of 3 straight losses and not really scoring many goals. Actually, they've dropped 5 of 7. Fuck, dude. I don't know. I mean, does any offensive player look suspicious on the Prize Picks board? I can't even look at it. I love Aho, but I would take a player to maybe get a point or get a goal.
That could be something interesting.
Aho for a go.
They definitely have some very suspicious Svechnikov squares up. I'll tell you that.
Fucking love Svechnikov. Love him. He's the reason he cashed out of the Hurricanes 2 years ago when he got injured. Avs just came back from 4-0 deficit. Carolina got fucking dominated by Florida the weekend. Canes bit back to business here. Yeah, but Special K, what we're saying is it almost is too obvious, right? And against a goalie like Georgiev, who just allowed 4 goals on 8 shots. I think that's what Jovan is kind of saying, which I agree with. It's like playing the Canes makes too much sense. How else can we attack this? I don't know. I maybe would just take a guy, some type of leader, on the Canes to get right and find success on the stat sheet. Nick's assist has been printing. Avs defense is a little suspect too. Don't mind that. T-Linney trading. Obvious lines have, that's true. That's true. See, that's what I'm worried about is like overthinking this is going to annoy me if the fucking Hurricanes win 6-3, which could do.
I don't know. Maybe I'll still play it. I could get back on the train. I'm a little scared fading Georgiev after getting pulled in the first period, but
totally with you. Have you noticed goalies like after a really dreadful performance bouncing back at all?
Yeah, I mean, I've been betting a lot of those little bounce back spots in themselves, which is what gives me a little hesitation. But maybe this one's just different. Maybe the Canes bounce back spot outweighs the one for Georgiev. That I could hear out.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Let's talk Panthers and Flyers. Pretty interesting game here. I faded the Flyers on the season under their point total, which I felt pretty good about for a while, but they've been fairly hot, I think is safe to say. Let's look at their recent performances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They won 7 of their last 10 games. Their losses have come in a shootout against the Knights, to Carolina, and to Colorado. Without Georgiev, it looks like. So pretty respectable performances from the Flyers. They haven't played in a few nights. I always like fading a team when they've had too much time off. Oh man, Jovan, it's gonna be hard for you to talk me off of fading the Flyers in some way, shape, or form. The Panthers are coming off of a loss against the fucking Penguins. I can't. Every time I open my app, every year I always make a mid-season bet, or I shouldn't say mid-season. I make an early-ish season wager. The last 3 years have been fairly successful. 3 years ago, I faded the Knights. I took them to miss the playoffs. I did not like DeBoer as the head coach. 2 years ago, I took the Devils. Took him to Stanley Cup, did not make that. I got great CLV though at 45-1. Last year was the Senators to not make the playoffs. I keep opening FanDuel and I want to either fade the fuck out of my team, the Rangers, which I'm really having a hard time pressing the button though, just because I feel like such an asshole. But I keep telling myself, there's no way the Penguins are going to stay competitive. Like they have to just blow it up. It's over. Or them or the Islanders. But the Islanders I can never get right. So basically what I'm getting at in the longest winded version possible, that's a bad loss for the Panthers. You can't lose. I know it's a long season, but you can't lose to the Penguins. The Penguins are fucking terrible. So I wouldn't mind also maybe leaning into the Panthers in a little bit of a bounce back spot. But what I really want to fade is the rest for the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's take a look at daily faceoff real quick. Who is projected to be in net? You've got Fedotov and Spencer Knight. People aren't going to like that.
He's the one who gave up 1 million goals in that Pens game. I believe he was in that.
Wow, and look at that. Was it off of a shutout too?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so this is how I found success betting on baseball towards the second half of the season using RotoWire. Fading pitchers off of a legacy performance, betting on them after a really shit one. So what I'm kind of getting at is maybe this is something you would consider looking into with goalies.
100%.
Okay.
Especially, I mean, being that the Flyers, I don't know, for whatever reason, they play the Panthers really, really well. Outside of,
do they?
I think of like one game out of the last handful was really a wide margin, but I know they played them earlier this year and I want to do a shootout. I bet them a lot against the Panthers last year, I believe, and that worked out pretty well. They're just like I know they're, I don't know, it's probably the worst team they've had in a couple years, but they are starting to play a little better. So now I think it's probably the Panthers controlling. And then they also got I think the Pens scored early in that game where they beat them last game. So the Panthers, I think, might come out pretty fired up and score early in this one, which would be huge.
Pull that up right now. Yep, the Panthers got up 2-0. They scored 2 goals in a minute. And the Panthers did come back from down 3-1, tied it up, and then lost in overtime. But okay, I like what you're getting at here. Wow, Pittsburgh only had 5 shots. Pittsburgh had 5 shots in every period in that game too. 15 total shots. That is pathetic.
Crazy.
That they lost that game. 41-16. The Panthers outshot them.
They did happen to run into the random good Tristan Jarry performance for the first couple periods of the game. Can't really do anything about that, but they eventually broke through, just not enough.
Mental note, fade Jarry.
Yeah.
We'll get there. All right. So I think so far the page we're on is we want to back the Canes, a little bit nervous of how obvious it is, but like some way, shape, or form, maybe take something Carolina related. And then Florida, maybe attack them early. So like first period or score first, or I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I think that could be your game for, I don't know, I haven't looked into specific guys for the Panthers, but they're going to need some guys to come out and be aggressive. Those games usually, even though like they get played really well by the Flyers, there's always a lot of shots, always a lot of action. Mm-hmm. So it's never really low and slow. So maybe that's your SOG's spot.
Okay. All right. I like that. And the last thing we could say, again, as we were, discussing our goalie situation, backing Spencer Knight off of a rat shit game. So saves something, not going to go shutout. I don't think he's going to have 2 shutouts in 3 starts, but no. All right. We'll keep moving. Nashville and Montreal. I'm just sort of happy to see that Nashville isn't that team that, made all these moves. I hate teams that make these free agent signings and thinking that you're going to find a lot.
They're like the KD Kyrie Nets of the NHL.
That's a great way to put it. Yep, great way to put it. I mean, it's also a little similar to like the Tennessee Titans too, signing all these players and it's in the same state and it's not really working out so much. But I think you're
signed some They signed some better guys than I think the Titans did.
Fair
I would
enough.
say.
So 7-13-6, -130. The Montreal Canadiens are 9-13-3. You know, in a weird way, I always feel like people want to take the the Predators when they play good teams. Like if they're playing the Oilers or something, when they're playing the Lightning. But if they're playing Montreal on the road, do you think anybody is going to have any interest in playing the Preds here? Or do you think it's just going to be a pass because it would be like a weird game? Yet this could be a spot that they show up and try to take advantage of what should be an inferior opponent. And then for what it's worth, Montreal has lost 4 of their last 6, the 2 wins in overtime against Columbus and against the Islanders. They played on December 3rd. The Predators are on a back-to-back. I think I like the Predators.
I do too, and it's probably a lot of favorites for the early part of the slate,
Yeah.
which scares me a little bit. But yeah, I think you're right. Nobody really wants the Preds. They want them when they're playing the Leafs, like yesterday. I think I saw a couple people on the Preds, kind of lean the Preds myself, but didn't get there. And now they're on a back-to-back. People love the Preds against good teams, but people also love the Habs upset spot as short home dogs. So
Exactly.
I do think it's the Preds. I could be in on that.
Montembleu. Montembleu. Let's see. Wow, he had a shutout of the Oilers.
Great last game.
Yep. 1 goal allowed against the Islanders. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. I like Nashville in a smash spot there potentially. What do we do? Maybe this is a dog nobody might want. I know the Jets have come back to reality a little bit after their insane start. I don't know. Would some people say that they're kind of sucking right now? Let's see.
They're really
Winnipeg.
bad.
Oh yeah. Wow, they lost 4 in a row. Granted, I mean it's not the bad teams.
It's just they've been like, if you've watched any of those games, like frankly, most of them were not even as competitive as like the score would say, which is it's kind of sad. Like the VGK game, I guess, especially like they had no business being in that game. Stars game, they had no business in that game. Like a lot of these games are just like they just look dead, which is odd.
Yeah, I guess that is a little odd. I have a really hard time. I used to be that guy who wanted to take the Sabres. I think I bet on them 2 or 3 years ago. It did not go well, but I've always liked them to be like scrappy at home and usually at a plus price. And then I've started to learn the hard way. It's like I think I started saying the Sabres always are fake sharp at home, in my opinion. These the team that's on the road playing them, whether it's like the Stars or somebody good, the line always looks maybe like 20 or 30 cents short. You think it's respect to the Sabres, you play them, and then they fucking lose by 2 goals. But so with that, I don't know that I want to press the Sabres button, but don't you think a lot of people would assume that this is a good get right spot for the Jets, especially after the Sabres just blew that lead? So it would be kind of funny if the Sabres actually somehow pulled out a win. I don't think you're going to see a lot of Sabres on the timeline today. Would you agree?
Yeah, probably not. So I mean, I'm with you in the same spot. Like the Sabres are always fake sharp, and it scares the piss out of me all the time. And I don't like to press the button too much. I'll consider it here because I hate fading the Jets and saying they're going to lose 5 in a row. I think 6 of 7 if they lose tonight too. But man, the Sabres, especially after that embarrassing comeback they allowed against the Avs, I mean, they're probably going to come out hot. I've been relatively successful in finding the spots. I've bet it a couple times this year where teams are going to score first against the Jets. I think this is probably one.
Fuck. I might bet the Sabres today. Oh, damn. Yeah, kind of like something in all 4 games to start. All right. Well, we've got 5 more. Your Tampa Bay Lightning, who not bad so far. 12-9-2. We'll take that. I'm on their over point total. I don't know. Vasilevsky's been kind of up and down from what I have seen. The San Jose Sharks, man. I wanted to maybe buy a little stock in the San Jose Sharks, and I was like, does it feel like the San Jose Sharks are getting right? They really hadn't gotten right, but I thought maybe their offense would start to pick up. I mean, see, this is impressive. Now, granted, playing the Seattle Kraken's not nothing like too noteworthy because it's not like they have
pretty
like
solid.
Yeah, scoring 8 and 4 goals.
Yeah, and I mean, like the Kraken, as bullshit as they might be, I mean, they're still like they're a tough team to play, a weird
Right.
team to play, especially for like a team who's not great at defending in the Sharks, but like their defense has actually been kind of solid too. I mean, they just won 2-1 in OT against the
Yep.
Caps.
Yep.
Held, you know, the Kings are not a fat shiny offense, but held them 2 goals. Like they've been solid.
I mean, Tampa Bay coming off of a home loss, 5-3 against the Leafs. Yeah, Vasilevsky, man, yikes.
They have in that Leafs game and for today, there's no Cooch.
Ooh,
Which I love Cooch, obviously, and I'm not saying I enjoy watching the team when he's not there, but they simplify everything when he's not out there, which is kind of cool. Like he's like the big playmaker, so like sometimes they try to make too much of the extra pass, like when he's in there, himself included, but everybody else around him. Whenever he's not playing, they're so direct, which like against the Sharks, after they've been defending so well or relatively well for them for like the past week and a half, I kind of like that. It's like I think maybe it's not the Lightning, maybe it's just the over, because I wouldn't mind that in this game, but there's at the very least going to be some goals.
Well, I was going to say, is it not? In looking at the Sharks, they went on a scoring barrage at home. They were there for 3 games. Scored 7 against the Kings, 3 against the Senators, 8 against the Kraken. Still a little familiar with your opponent. Play the Kraken again. You win. You score 4, but then you go on the road. You score 2 goals. Well, you really score 1. You score 2 in overtime. You play the Capitals 2 nights ago. Now you have a Lightning team that I think they're see, this is the thing. Like, I don't know that I want to bet on goals because the Lightning have had 4 days off. That kind of concerns me. But I do what I do like is if I'm going to bet on the rest, I like that for the defense. And I was going to say, is this not a game where, and I'm not even just trying to shit on the Sharks because I'm not thinking of them as like a cakewalk or a pushover.
Yeah.
But is this not just maybe a pretty good spot where Vasilevsky could potentially get back a little bit, get right a little bit? Maybe I'm not saying he's going to shut out.
You're right.
Defense stand up a little bit more. So I'm not against an over in the game because I like the Lightning in general, but I was going to maybe try to lean in Vasilevsky a little bit or like a fade the Sharks offense, unless you have any, issues with that.
I don't know. The one issue I guess I kind of had with it, just looking at the game, because like when they do have no Cooch, they're like super aggressive from every point of the ice, which does kind of leave them a little overexposed at the back when like the defenders are ripping. But like I still agree with you. I think this is like a Lightning beat the shit out of the Shark spot, especially being that this is like their standalone game of the week. I know there's a little like rust there, but like they haven't played since Saturday. They're not going again. They're starting this road trip on Sunday. So like this is middle of the week. All you got to get up for. Obviously, injuries are a little odd. They're no Cooch. They're getting Nick Paul back though, which is big for the depth of the line. So yeah, I wouldn't hate just playing the Bolts.
Okay. Yeah. They're 260. It's a fat number, but that would be a 1.5. I probably would would be fine doing. Whereas like the Hurricanes, I don't know. I could still maybe see like a 4-3 type of game. So I'm with you on kind of trying to figure out a creative way to attack the Hurricanes, but with the Bolts, I might just lay it with the puck line. All right. Senators and Red Wings. The Senators are an interesting team. I fucking hate this team. I decided to bet on them this year after fading them last year. 10-12-2. It's not like, terrible, I guess you could say. The Red Wings are kind of mad this year too, which is just sort of like their story, it seems like. 3-game road trip. Ottawa dropped 2 of 3. And now they're home. They've had 3 nights off. And you've got the Red Wings who just played in Boston 2 nights ago. 3 of the last 4 games have gone into overtime, but even that 4th one was only a 1-goal loss against the Devils. So they've been banging. I don't know that I really love betting on the Senators at all. And I was going to say, man, does this line look a little high? But from every time I've taken a peek at the Senators lines at home, I feel like they're always kind of laying around that number.
Yeah, I was going to say, like we do the same song and dance with the Senators every time when they're at home and get these fat lines, and it's against much better teams. Like I would even maybe argue, I think the line for the Red Wings is a little short, maybe a tad short.
So just going back to a couple of their home games, minus 165 against the Knights, minus 185 against the Flyers, minus 160 against Calgary, minus 140 against the Canucks, who the Canucks were fucking rolling then. So yeah, minus 180 against the Blues. I don't know. I just don't think of the Senators as being this team that should be laying minus 180 against these types of opponents. I mean, again, the Red Wings they're not that bad, and they've been playing teams really, really tough. I mean, they've had a fuck ton of 1-goal games that could, be 50-50 and potentially go their way. So yeah, I have no interest in getting down with Ottawa here. Totals at 6. Do you have anything?
Well, I'll say scrolling through Twitter, I've seen only one hockey play multiple times so far this morning, and it happened to be Sens puck line, which is
Really?
yeah. I mean, it was a little odd to me. I didn't really know the reasoning why, but yeah, I probably would lean Red Wings. I hate betting on that team though, so I probably will not. But would be shocked if they steal some coin.
I'm with you. Would you lean over or under if you had to pick one?
Probably over.
Over.
Square as it may sound. I guess if you're bet on the Red Wings.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm good passing on that game. Like fucking play in the first 5. So I don't need to bet every game. Kraken and the Islanders. I hate the Islanders. I like their arena. I really do. If you ever come back out to New York, I think you should try to go to UBS. It's a really good spot for a hockey game. The Islanders have been a thorn in my side for a long fucking time. I'm kind of ready to say, and I've told Brian Kirshner this, our golf guy who's an Islanders fan, like I think their run is over. They've been this like scrappy, gritty, ugly style of hockey team that gets into the playoffs, makes a little bit of a run because they're a tough out in a 7-game series. But I mean, looking at their past performances, this team is losing to everybody. They beat the Blues 3-1 November 23rd, and then they beat the Sabres 3-0. Outside of that, they've dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of their last 9. They are a short home favorite against the Kraken. The Kraken, on the other hand, so we know they just came off that win at Carolina, as we talked about. Jovan, maybe it's a little bit square, maybe it's bias, maybe it's spiteful. I don't know. I kind of want to just maybe lean into the Islanders crashing and sort of press the button with the Kraken tonight. Are you going to talk me off of it?
No, I was actually hoping you would talk me off of it because the Kraken, I hate betting them after like a big win like that, but I almost think, I mean, I said they switched up their lines a shit ton.
Right.
So like they like name them the chaos lines because there's really no rhyme or reason to the combinations they put out there, and it worked against the Canes. So like they just broke down a really good defensive team. Obviously, the Canes are a much better defensive team than the Islanders, but they're kind of built a similar way. So like, I don't know. I think they kind of take solace in going on the road, especially in beating some of these teams that are not playing the same brand of hockey as them. So I do kind of want to lean into that. It's also like they're going weird road trip, really challenging road trip that I think maybe I kind of want to lean into being like a surprise, really good one because they went to Carolina, then they go New York, New Jersey, New York in some order. So like what
was your system last year when teams did that?
I just really took them to not sweep when it was in like packs of 2 between like either Islanders, Rangers, Devils, or Islanders, Devils, some combination of the two. They had a pretty tough time winning both games in a row. So I either took them to lose the first one, or if they won the first one, I took them to lose the second one.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm a huge fan of just fucking silly systems. So if anything like that is ever working, definitely bring it to my attention again. All right. I mean, I'm with you. Collab Kraken. In terms of an over, just out of curiosity, I remember a couple years ago you had a nice read on like these totals dropping from 6 to 5.5, and especially if they were a little obvious, they would soar over. Haven't heard you say anything about it this year. I don't know if you're still following it, but there was one game I played. It was like the Stars and Bruins, which was 5.5, and I was like, this seems like an obvious under. Ottinger and fucking Swayman, and I took the over and it soared. Do you think that people look at the Islanders and Kraken and think that this is an obvious under?
I would say so.
I kind of do.
I mean, the Islanders, I think just the Islanders themselves, you can make an argument for pretty much any game, or that would entice anybody because they can't fucking score.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the Kraken's offense has been kind of shit.
I just think like if the Kraken are coming out with the same play style, same intention as they did against the Canes, which I kind of think they will, I think they'd just be down to open up this game. They've actually like played the Islanders pretty well over the past like handful of times, but they more so like play their game like defensive and slow. I just don't think that's the route they're going to take today. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that over.
Okay. 2 more games and kind of a decent one here. So the Blues, I can never figure out the Blues. They're 12-12-2. Calgary is a team that I bet on this season over their point total, just so I never have to bet on them game to game because they're motherfuckers. Don't hate what I've seen though. 13-9-4. I remember Huberdeau had a really nice start to the season. Again, I haven't really been following as much, so I don't know if he's kind of dropped off. It looked like Calgary did go on their little slump after winning 4 in a row. They lost 5 in a row. That's kind of the fucking story with a lot of teams in hockey, by the way. That's why I'm so down to when a team slumps, they kind of show a little glimpse of getting out of that funk. I want to lean into it and vice versa. But they're playing the Blues. This should be a pretty good game. Another one I would look at and think people might want to go under in this, just because I think people lean towards unders in Blues games. Under for the Blues, by the way, they have played to the under in 5 of their last 6. They're on a little bit of a road trip too. Let's see. They have played the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the last 10 games on the road. They just won in Winnipeg 2 nights ago. They beat the Jets 4-1. They've got Calgary, then they've got Edmonton, then they've got Vancouver. Pretty tough stretch for St. Louis. I don't know. Would you call it square? I kind of like the Flames. They're coming off of a shutout win against the Jackets at home after dropping 4 in a row and on a road trip. So any thoughts on Flames Blues?
Yeah, I'll tell you what else I've been sneakily doing, and a little biased, obviously, because this one might include Dustin Wolf. But whenever there's like a full split between 2 goalies and one goalie has a really good performance, or in this case, like Vladar is coming off a shutout, I like to back the other one in the next game when they get their first start. So I think this is a pretty solid one to do that. I'm not going to consider the Flames if Vladar's in net. I don't want to back him off the shutout, but if it ends up being Wolf, damn right I'll back Wolf.
All right. Well, it's saying on Daily Face-Off that Dustin Wolf is unconfirmed. But okay, I'll lean into that with you. And Vladar has had the back-to-back starts. Wolf's last time out, he had 2 really good. No, I'm sorry. He had 3 really good showings in a row. 4. Allowed 1 goal against the Kings, shutout against the Preds, 1 goal against the Islanders, 2 goals against the Rangers, and then a little regression. Allowed 4 to the Senators, allowed 5 to the Jackets, but I'm okay with this.
And you notice where those games are, because all of those good showings in a row were in Calgary. Those 2 really bad games were on the road.
Okay, so then my last question is this. If the line is Calgary minus 125, that seem fair to you? Kind of seems fair to me.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. I didn't think if you're like, oh, this looks a little short, it should be 140 or something like that. If there's anything to raise an eyebrow. Wow. Okay. I might be pressing some fucking buttons on the ice tonight.
You got one more, the most important button.
This is so funny because like anytime I see a line that's like minus 270, already in my head, I'm like, I'm probably going to skip it. You're into this game?
Yeah. So we got 2 teams coming off a shutout to John.
Oh, say it isn't fucking so. That's right. I just said the Flames shut out the Blue Jackets. Oh boy. And before that, the Jackets won fucking 5 of 6. No. Yeah. Wow. The Jackets are playing some good hockey. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You know what the best part of this is too? Because I told you I've been kind of doing this with teams, just like with Eichel yesterday and VGK. I didn't end up pushing like the VGK button. I just kind of went Eichel, but they had played, I think they played like the Bolts, they played the Oilers, they played this whole slew of like really good teams before they got to sit down and play the Ducks, who would let you wail on them, and they're bad, obviously. So like that was their get it all out game. The Oilers have gone wild. Rangers, weird game at Utah. On the road against Colorado, on the road against VGK. Now they're coming back home against CBJ, who, I mean, they've been playing really, really well, but defensively, they're not a match for the Oilers. Like I feel like the Oilers can carry this over, even if Fiji K doesn't do their fair share. But I think they're coming out absolutely firing today.
All right, man, I can't believe I just totally almost slept on that. Thank you for bringing this ice slate to my attention today. I really seriously can't thank you enough, because now I am very intrigued, and I'm going to probably have a wager in 7 of the 9 games. Could be a good or bad thing.
It's impressive.
I'll let you know tomorrow. Just to run it back real quick. We like Carolina. We don't have to, I've said it 5 times. We don't have to keep repeating it, but Georgiev did have a disastrous performance, 4 goals on 8 shots. It's just a little concerning when you fade a goalie after that, because sometimes they bounce back. Flyers, Panthers, you want to lean into the Panthers on an early start. I like that. I want to lean into their defense. I might attack up team total under for the Flyers, or kind of get into what you're saying with like a Panthers first period. I don't know what the line is for the Panthers to score first. Probably going to be too fat for me.
Yeah, too fat.
We both like the Predators, short favorite on the road.
With caution, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah. I think the same could be said with Buffalo at a plus price, maybe even more caution.
Yep.
Okay. You like goals. I like goals from Tampa.
I'm more so just like letting goals. So I'll probably be with you. I'll probably go -1.5.
Okay. I think that's going to be the -1.5 that I play. Neither of us really like the Senators. I wish I could get out of my fucking 2 units on their over point total. I just don't like this team. I thought they were going to show up this year, but I don't like these big lines, and you're telling me everybody's on the Senators -1.5. I'm going to pass on that. I'm not going to fade them, but I am going to pass. I'm going to lean into the demise of the Islanders. I'm going to go Kraken, maybe an over. You're good with that too. If Wolf is in net, you like the Flames. I'm with it. I'll probably double dip on that one. And then it sounds like your favorite wager tonight is going to be the over in the Edmonton-Columbus game.
Yeah, that's like the one system I just blindly play without a single bit of thought. But this actually has a little something more behind it, so I'm down.
Interesting trend here that Andre just commented. Teams after losing to the Habs are 7-1 the next game. The Isles just lost to the Habs. Kind of funny. Well, I'm still going to play the Kraken, but if they lose, I will note your system, Andre. Thank you for letting me know. Jovan, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate that. And Behind the Lines, 12:30.
Of course.
All right. We'll be tuning in. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Have a great day.
Appreciate
Good luck
it.
on your bets.
You too.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that about does it for us. 12 o'clock on the dot. Nice job. We are going to go. I'm going to send you guys over to Owner's Box. I'm going to go on there with, I think Steak is joining, unless anything changed. And we'll shoot the shit with our favorite Canadians. Well, Ian McMillan's also one of my favorite Canadians, too. I like him. I got to see if Ian wants to get back on the show. If you don't double jib, Jovan takes first period over, too. You're so soft. All right, Hovey, fine. Maybe I will. Head on over to Owner's Box. Head on over to Owner's Box. I want to have ourselves a time. Friendly faces everywhere. Temptation. Head on over to Owner's Box. We're going to chop it up, shoot the shit. Tell Johnny that the Blue Jays aren't getting Juan Soto because nobody wants to go to fucking Toronto. Have a great day on your bets, guy. Or have a great day. Good luck on your bets. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow for the stream. Matt, I'll chat with you later. I'll figure out my calendar and my schedule, and we'll see what we can make happen. Peace.